I'm Madhusudan Gopal, and I'm the product owner of Bike Factory. I'm working in MaxPay Technologies for the past 5 years. So today's topic will be on Paperless Factory, and we'll be looking forward in this topic in further, and we'll be continuing this tech series in forward. Okay. So to understand the current problem statement, we'll just imagine a particular industry, okay, and we'll just take it forward with respect to that imagination, and we'll complete the entire tech accordingly. Okay. So according to the understanding, like let us have an industry, and there are like we can consider a small scale industry, okay, and there are few 10 machines there, and there might be a supervisor in there, and the supervisor is this department is called the production department, as you all know. And then we have a separate department called maintenance department, and there might be two persons allocated in there, and there shall be a service department where they'll be doing services for the products which is given outside. And there might be a owner of this particular organization, and he'll be also monitoring the entire scenario. Okay, so in this case, like this will be started with the operator will be doing some work which will be allocated to him by a supervisor. Okay, and the owner wants to know like what is currently happening inside the organization, and he has to have a visualization. In that case, he'll go check with the supervisor for the production. He'll go check with the maintenance supervisor for the maintenance, and to the service supervisor for the service team's updates. So all these information will be coming to him, and he'll be saying like, okay, this is what has happened. That will be in the form of a paper. So this is how a current organization is working. So let us imagine this kind of an organization. So what do you guys see that there is some problem with respect to these things? So I could say there are a lot of problems. So there is a manual intervention for the knowledge exchange, like information exchange, whatever it is. So they will just it is like this, the organization owner has to go and check with each and every supervisors to understand what is happening inside this organization. So there is a manual intervention. The data will be unreliable. There might be some faking of data, and there is a lot of dependency on the paper. Where there is some production happening, there might be a job card, and they'll be looking into it. The supervisor will be having that manual data, and he'll be collecting all the informations from that. There might be few deviations in that as well. And this is a time consuming process because it has to be taken, recorded, kept in an area. All those things is happening, and this is quite less efficient as well. So this is the problem statement which is found inside an industry, which I was explaining to you guys. Okay, so we'll just move into the next part where what kind of solutions are being implemented for paperless factory. Okay, so there I was talking about this particular area alone, the industry, and there is a self-service HR and HRMS and safety department, ERP, other systems, and there is an add-on as well. So you can see there are a lot of solutions which is already readily available, and you can just connect, integrate, and collaborate your system and your organization inside this particular system. So we'll just look into the paperless factory applications expectations. There are a lot of expectations which is here. So I'll just go through it. So you can see there is a main requirement is that everything should be digital. So all that we look forward is that we have to get it in digital. So we might need a digital uh, application where it can be mobile or web applications, and those applications has to be there. And that is one criteria. And the next one is that auto capturing of operators data. So it is like auto capturing can be happening like the operator will be getting the data, and we'll be checking in and checking out of that particular thing, like the operator's entry time and the operator's exit time. So there is like the time stamping of every sequence performed. So we don't have any idea on like there might be like 10 parts required to be completed by the operator. Sometimes he'll be working in the first half and he'll not be working in the second half. So there is a lag in that. So that kind of problems can be sorted out by using this particular solution. And you can also see like auto capturing of the signature for the users, and the action may be performed for multiple users. By multiple users is one of an expectation, and there is an interactive reference displaying for action, and the sequence is to be referred to perform the action as well. Like what is the job order which is to be happening, and what is the flow in which the machines has to go on, like, or the part has to go via a machine. All those sequence can be given in digital, and editing of inputs would be possible for an audit. So like if there is some audit is happening and they have to edit the input, they have to have the checklist configurable. All those things are kind of a requirement, which is one of the major aspects which we are working on as well. So we also have that declarance of non-conformance or rejected paths. So in that case, we'll be raising a ticket that non-conformance will go to the respective person, and they have to sort it out and they have to come out with a solution. Then they might ask for a user authenticated um, uh, roles, like maybe the operator should be able to see one type of a screen, and the supervisor wants some other type of screens where he have to monitor the operator's performance as well. So it every role has every different kinds of application as well. That is one expectation. And there is like multiple documents or forms or work instructions needs to be there. So they might have to upload the documents, and they might have to give the work instructions for how to proceed with this particular problem, or how to sort this particular problem. That kind of solutions can be given, and it will be fully customizable, and a configurable platform is what is required. Like one client might be asking something, or they'll be asking like this is the information which is needed in highlighted manner, and the other client may be requesting for some other thing. So in that case, we need to have the system customizable. So that is one of the expectation. And everyone, as I mentioned before, they are looking forward for web, mobile, and tablet application. So it should be compatible in everything, and it should be flexible to integrate uh, to the scanners and the cameras which is there inside the organization, and it should be able to integrate with all the previous applications which is already there inside the organization as well. So these are the expectations. So how it is going to be, and where are we in this industry 4.0, is that like the current state is in the computerization stage, where it is totally we are using papers, and all our manual entries and manual interventions that is happening. Next is the connectivity stage, where everything will be interconnected via network, and that will be inside the organization. Visibility is nothing but like giving an view of what is happening inside the organization from wherever you are. So that is the stage of visibility. And next one is that the understanding of what is happening. So it is maybe like if you're having some issue, like there might be some issues in the service department, because of which that particular service is not done in the right time. So those things can be understandable. So even a transparency will be there inside this stage. So the predictability is the next stage, where you will be able to predict things like this is what is going to happen, or this can be avoided in future. So that kind of a predictive stage will be there. And then the next stage will be the adaptability, where the automation of things will happen. So when one maintenance is happening, and there is one solution which is already identified, the same kind of an issue is being raised, then again the same root cause and the corrective action, the preventive action which is given, can be given to this particular solution as well. So in that case, it is more self-optimizing, and it gives the solution in a faster rate. So for this paperless factory, we'll be moving from computerization stage to the transparency stage. So it gives a transparency of what is happening and where is the lag. So all those things can be tracked in this area. So the next thing would be a sample solution of how the paperless factory is going to be. So let us how it would be like, just imagine the thing which I told you before. So in that case, like we should have an QR code has to be set in all the areas, like with respect to the department. with respect to the areas, like the machines has to be already there, and all those things has to be given. And then the QR has to be scanned for that particular area. So if a maintenance person comes and scan that particular QR code, then it should be showing the maintenance related activities. So it will be showing you the checklist which has to be executed for that particular mission, and it will be showing you some work instructions which has to be done for that maintenance to be completed. All those things are on scanning that it should be able to show those things. So if in case a quality person comes and capture the QR code for that same machine, he should be able to see things like how many parts are being produced and how many are accepted and rejected out of that particular machine. Those kind of information should be shown. And with respect to the design perspective, or the person supervisor is seeing that, it should be able to show the product lifecycle management. So that comes under the product area. So when they're scanning a product, they should be able to see like what is the life cycle, like how it started, which and all machines has gone through. Those kind of traceability has to be tracked as well. And we should be able to give it to the user that this is how it is processed and this is the expiry date, some kind of an information which has to be given in the PLM area. So all these things will be happening in this check-in area. And then if there is some operator change, like one maintenance person will be replaced by the other in the next shift, even that should be tracked inside the system only. And we should be able to check on what are all the NCs, and there will be some internal reviews which is happening as well. So those reviews can be made automatic. So he'll be doing some maintenance, he'll be sending to that supervisor, he'll be accepting it, he'll be sending back or rejecting it and sending back that this has to be replaced or something else has to be done. So all those things can be maintained. So even the user's performance, like the operator performance, maintenance person performance, all those will be tracked, and we'll be having a centralized location for all those things. So this is how entire paperless factory will be looking into this application right now. So there is a detailed review of how it is interlinked with everything. So I was talking about this area, operations, like the production maintenance, and we were talking about the service side as well. So there are a lot more integrated to it, like the quality assurance also we were talking about. There are a lot more things like finance team should come in, medical devices if anything is there, then the factory software. So that is where this byte factory comes into picture. So when this is implemented, all these things put together, they'll be coming into a picture and everything will be integrated, and you will be able to have a visualization of what is happening. And we'll be reaching to the portion of I 4.0, the transparency stage. Okay, so you can see the benefits out here as well. So you can see like there is 100% paperless operational process and the connected process flow. There is increased accuracy of data, and you can see the real-time monitoring and actionable insights. You have improved in productivity because like we do not have any other interventions out here. So we have faster approval and quality assurance because we'll be tracking on how the supervisor is approving everything as well. And we'll be having sustainability, and even the cost savings comes into the picture. So this is like the proposed solution and the benefits which is already there. So you see that even the reports configuration reports can be downloaded and all will be automated. So the CEO doesn't have to go directly and ask each and every person of what is happening. He'll just look into the application, download the report, see everything. Okay, this is what has happened. This is not happening. So he'll just check with the concerned person and get the things sorted. So this solution will be more beneficiary for all the management as well as the shop floor to the top floor people, whoever is working inside the organization. This is one of the case study which we have done for our US based client, manufacturing client, where they had the audit system has to be implemented. So in that case, they were having everything in manual, like Excel sheets were there. They were having like a lot of Excel sheets to track what is the schedule, and those Excel has to be shared to the team. They'll be sharing the news via messages or mails. Everything will be tracked over calls, and they have a separate report for RC and Kappa, and they were maintaining it manually. So it is like it was very difficult to manage all those things. So what we gave is the digital digitalized audit management system where we gave a web application and a mobile application as well. So they were able to easily schedule a particular audit, and then once they schedule the audit, there'll be a trigger will be given to that particular scheduled person. So that person will be getting a mobile app and he'll be seeing like today this audit has been scheduled. So he'll go back to the place, he'll scan QR code, he'll be seeing, okay, this is my audit schedule, and there if there is some news that will also be updated in there, he'll be checking, okay, this is the news, I'll do the conduct part, and he'll be conducting the checklist. And once the conduct is done, if there is any NCs thrown, he'll be reverting it back that these are the NCs which is found in the audit. So that will be raised as a ticket, and each ticket will be assigned to a particular person, and we have a separate workflow for the same. So we can do a root cause, corrective action and preventive action for that particular solution, I mean, for the particular ticket. So once that is resolved, you'll be getting back of what has happened, and you can see that this is the root cause, corrective action, and preventive action. So everything is made automated, and even the report can be generated of how much time did they take for resolving this particular issue. So the benefits of that particular client were it was 100% paperless, and it was easy to track everything, and use of flexibility was flexibility to complete the documentation task in a faster way. That was the major uh, use case of this particular thing. And we also have one other use case where we have implemented the job card implementation, where the for our off-road heavy vehicle manufacturer. Here, they had no idea of what is the real-time data like job card which is happening, and how is the production going on inside that particular shop floor. So they had to manually give the job cards and get it done, and give get the updates from the operator, and make a sheet, make it in Excel and give it. So in that case, what we did was we gave a solution like digitized job card workflow management, where we give the job card assigning in the solution itself. So we integrated it with the OEE. So it was tracked with respect to that as well. And then the operator will be performing everything. And we had an analyzer of how the operator is performing as well. And then the necessary solutions were given to the same. So it was made, like the planning was made easy, and with respect to the order execution, it was very easy to handle everything with the help of the solution which was given to them. So we can just see a few demos of how the solution is being implemented. So the one which I was showing is that the QR code scanning. So you can see the checklist here. So you'll be conducting everything. So you'll be sending it to the person. The supervisor will be seeing like what are all the issues that have been raised, and he'll be assigning to a person. They are giving the respective root cause, corrective action, and preventive action also. And even the budget can be assigned in here. So you can see there are three approvers out here. So the approver has to give some comments if in case if he's rejecting, or he can just give okay, you can proceed, and he can approve it. So all the three approvers are approving it. So we can also see the track of if there is anything rejected, we can have a track of the same as well inside the system. So this is our inspection management system. So there's a registering an inspection which has to be happening. So those inspections are added and even the stores management can be done here, the inventory management. There also we can have some non-compiling and the root and kappa can be determined for the same as well. We also had one more system which is deployed to one of our clients. So this is with respect to the change management software, which was designed for the client and they had some process which has to be implemented and all those processes were made automated and everything was made easier for them. So they'll have a track and they can track the reports of the same as well.